Hi, my name's Ben Lackey. In this video, I'm going to show you how to deploy Neo4j CE and EE on the Google Cloud Marketplace. So let's get started. First off, I'm going to exit out of these slides, and then I'm going to go over to a tab here where I have the Google Cloud Marketplace already open. And that's just at cloud.google.com/marketplace. From there, I can click on Explore All Solutions, and that gives me a search where I can find the many thousands of different ISVs offering solutions on the marketplace. I'm going to type in Neo4j and hit Enter. And here you can see 4 different listings for Neo4j. One's an agent, one's Community Edition, another Enterprise Edition, and then finally, Aura, our SaaS product. In this case, I'm going to click on Community Edition, though Enterprise Edition has a very similar experience. But let's get started with that. So I go here and I see the listing page. In my case, I've already purchased this product. If you haven't in your account, you'll see purchase here rather than a launch button. The listing has some detail on how the product works. In this case, Community Edition costs 4 cents a core hour, and then information on the terms and so forth. So if I scroll back up here, I'm going to make sure to select this project, which is where I want to deploy. If I'd already deployed it, I can also click View Deployments to see any that had come before. But I'm going to click on Launch here, and it comes up with a pane listing off the various things I can configure. So first off, I can give this deployment a name. I'm going to call it Neo4j1, the default, and I'm just going to add CE at the end so I know what it is. I have a service account already I can use for this. If you don't have a service account that meets the needs, there's a little dialog to do that. And then I need to type in a password. This will be the password for Neo4j that will allow us to log into Neo4j browser. Finally, I can select machine types and disk size. However, the defaults are perfectly good. So at this point, all I have to do is click Deploy. Now the deployment starts. This underneath is running a Terraform template, a Terraform module, I should say, to be completely correct. That's available freely up on GitHub, but this wraps it in a nice user interface that makes it really easy to deploy. It's going to deploy a compute engine instance and a firewall, and then it'll run some scripts on the compute engine instance that set up Neo4j and configure it, and finally output the location of the user interface where you can log in. That'll take a few minutes to run, and it may declare it's done before the script on the machine has completed running, like that. So you need to give it a little bit of time for the interface to come up. If we go over to details here, you'll see those outputs. So this is the database protocol connection, and then this is for that Neo4j browser running on that node. Now, my guess, it's not quite ready yet. So we'll come back in a minute when it's all up. Okay, we're back. It's been about 2 minutes. So that marketplace listing has deployed the firewall, it's deployed the VM, and now the startup script is run, and I'm able to pull up the Neo4j browser. The username is the default of Neo4j, and then the password is what we typed in a moment ago. So I can enter that in and hit connect. And it thinks for a second, and now I'm logged into my brand new Neo4j instance. And that's all it took to set it up. If I go back to the console, I can also poke around and see what it configured. So I go to the resources. There's a firewall here. It's pretty simple. It's just opening up the port 74874 for our UI, and then the Bolt protocol port. I can also look at the compute engine instance. And if I want, I can do things like inspect the output, the serial output, which is from the startup script, among other things, and see how the machine started up and got running. So in that, you see like script finished successfully and so on. Well, hope you enjoyed this and helped you learn about the marketplace listing. If you have any questions, please reach out.